Hi, Stella here. Excuse me. Welcome to my little video. I'm going to show you how to make this little birdhouse. Sorry about the glare. Try and get rid of that a bit. Still there, unfortunately. Okay, it stands about, let's have a look. From the bottom to the top, it's about 18.5 centimetres, and across from the roof it's about 15, then about 9, and the base is about 10. There we go. I used excuse me, I've got a frog there. I used a couple of sheets of Stamperia Garden, I think. Yeah, Stamperia Garden. But for this next one, I decided I wanted to design my own papers, so I have done. Okay. I'm going with a sunflower theme for this one. We've got the green stripe with sunflowers, and on the bottom part we've got a fence. Now, I designed these using graphics that I bought for, from Dollar Graphics, and I'll put the link down below once I've finished the video. You can buy graphics from them and then create your own piece with their graphics for sale. Okay. Oops. Now this one, I love this one. I just found a plank and designed this whole thing. It's a beautiful olive green colour. Then we've got a red and cream stripe with little sunflowers on it. This is a plaid with red berries. You can hardly see the berries, but it's a really pretty paper. And then where I've got these decorated with flowers and a bird from the paper range, this one I'm going with the sunflower decoration and the little primitive crow, which is going to sit on the little thing. And then I've got a nice tan with red hearts, and this one is a nice red brick with blue birdhouse, a larger red brick with some crows and a little heart. I won't be using all these papers, but I just put these in the range. Another paper with birdhouses in a kind of a turquoise colour. And then this is green. It looks kind of grey on my computer screen, but it is green. Kind of a wood grain thing with. Okay. So just put them there. Obviously I'm definitely going to use these. And this is the papers I've got in the range that will be for sale for this birdhouse. It will come with these as well. It will also come with the pattern pieces for you to cut out and then trace off onto boxboard. I've already cut these out for myself, so they will all be on A4 paper. I've designed everything on A4, so if you purchase this and print it out, be sure to print it on A4. Okay, and this is what I have been using lately. I always buy them in the A5 size, because that's all I need when I make my boxes and albums at the moment. I find it easier to handle with the A5s. Okay, this is 1100 GSM, which is very thick. It is 1.8 millimeters thick, and it is really quite sturdy. Okay, if you're using a A5, you will need front, back, both sides, roof and base. So you would need 5 pieces, or 2 and 3 pieces of A4. Okay. Now I've decided, I'm also going with black cardstock. I'm not quite sure of the thickness of it. Just double checking. Oh, of course it doesn't say, does it? This is it. I think this might be at 170, 176, which is it's quite thick. Anyway, on this birdhouse, I lined the inside with the black, and I'm going to line the bottom with the black. I'll cover the bottom with black. I'm going to line the roof also in the black, and inside I thought I might just do the back and the sides in this one, so I won't need as much of that. So you probably need 3 sheets of this, because you've also got to do your joins. So that would be 1 inch with a score down the middle. Oops. And that's going to join all your pieces together. Okay, so probably 3 sheets of that. And these are the ones, I'm going to use this for my roof. I just really love this. And I'm going to do this for my front. So my front is going to have that little fence with some sunflowers. And I'm thinking my sides and the back, these sides here and the back, are going to be in this one, because I've carried through with the sunflowers here, so it's going to be that one. And then this one for inside. Yep, that's what I'm going to use. I had thought of using that one for the roof, and I think that'd be rather nice for the roof, but I'm going to go with the green. Okay, so that's what I'm going to go with. Plus these. Now I printed these out on A4 cardstock that is 200 GSM. Now that's a good thickness for a paper, a really good quality. And I've got a Canon Pixma, and it allowed me to print borderless. But if your printer doesn't allow you borderless, it doesn't matter. You only have a small border to cut off. You should be okay. No piece goes right template goes right to the edge, so you'll be fine. Not that I know of anyway. Okay. And these ones are printed in a slightly thicker. I've printed this in a photo paper matte 250 GSM. I could have done it the same as this, that would have been perfectly fine. But I just happened to have one of these on my desk and I thought I'll just zip that through the printer and I'm fine with that. That's good. It'll just give them a little bit of extra oomph. And they will be backed with the black cardstock, so you might need 4 sheets of that. Okay, let's just set these aside for a minute. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut out the front piece. Now this front and back are the same. So what I like to do is just put a couple of these in, these bulldog clips. Can you see me? Sorry. Just put a couple of those in. Now I'm going to grab a thick marker pen, and holding these very firmly, just do a nice thick mark around. I'll show you why when I'm finished, why I think this is the best way to put a template like this together. Okay, we'll remove these and this. Now if you'll see, inside you've got a perfectly straight line that is exactly the size of your cut template, which is very important. I'll just get a little mat here so that I can do some cutting. I don't think my blade is terribly sharp. I think it needs new. So I'm just going to snip off a little bit here. Now my ruler. Now make sure you're lined up with that straight edge. It is probably, might be better if we go from that, from the outside to the inside, as you can see it better that way. Okay, I can see it pretty well. If you happen to go off slightly, don't stress over it. It's all trimmable. Chuck those bits away. Now what I'd like to do is just cut out this centerpiece. Now I'm just going to use this to mark where my center is. Okay. Now I actually used a template for this. And it's probably better to use some sort of template if you've got a jam jar lid or anything that is whatever size you want. It doesn't have to be the same size as I've got on the pattern. This is a 2-inch circle. So I'm using a very pointed blade. Let's go around this circle. Oops, cutting some of the plastic. Just keep going round until you've cut through. Here's a tip. Get some masking tape or sellotape. Just fold it on itself and stick it down. That way you can keep going without any worry that you're going off course. And do be careful when working with this sharp blade like this. I sliced some of my finger, only a little bit, but it was enough to bleed and hurt when I made that other birdhouse. See, we're coming through. Here we go. Not too shabby at all. if you've got a bit of what do you call it, sandpaper, go for it, but it won't be necessary really, because you will be covering that with paper. Okay, you can dice this, you won't need it. Okay, grab another piece, and now we're going to do it for the back. I didn't have to, turn the page over, because it's all lined up, it's the same size. But I just like the word back, just to make sure I knew what I was doing. And make sure you definitely use a thick felt tip pen for this. Hold your paper firmly. Oops, sorry. There we go. Actually, I'm not quite sure how sharp that one is, so I'll go back to this one. Sharper. Okay, there's our front and our back. Yeah. And the sides, we need 2 of these. Line it up with the corner. Now these being kind of squares and oblongs, you might think, well, I could have just given you the measurements. Well, I could have, but I don't know how your printer is going to print. If it's going to print exactly my size or not. So it's best if I give you the templates rather than give you wrong measurements. Okay, we're going to want 2 of these. Make sure they're absolutely square. square on. That one's going a bit faded. Oops, I think I was off there. I like to keep these pieces. Tell you why. I made this out of pieces like that. They're about 1/2 inch, and I made that just by gluing these sections along. So they're always handy for something. Don't throw them away. Okay, that's one side. Whoops. I did cut into that, unfortunately. Perfect. Okay, we've got our sides. Let's go for our roof now. If you want a larger hangover here, I've only got just about 3/8 of an inch. If you want it longer, then extend this. No, sorry, extend this. Extend that end. Because that's the way the roof goes. That way and then that way. That's not straight, not straight. Now I can't recall if I get 2. I don't get 2, so you will need an extra sheet of this. Oh, that won't fit the base either. Oh, it's about a 1/16 of an inch short for the base. If you're short on cardstock, yep, by all means use that. I mean the box board. Getting all tongue-tied here. Okay, roof, one piece of roof. Two roof pieces. Well then, for some reason, that piece fits. And you know, cut them exactly the same. Well done. This is the base, and it is narrower at the front and back than it is at the sides. Okay. Next thing we need to do is make sure we've got some joints. As I said, cut them an inch and then score them down the middle. It might be a little more than an inch, it's not any big deal if it isn't. I just did them the length of the paper, the width of the black paper, just like that. Depending on which part you're using, you might get two out of each piece. see how many we need. Excuse me, and then you'll know this is no good to anybody. 2, 3. Looks like these were cut on the long side. It's a bit more than 1 inch, but I'm not fussed. I can go on the inside and you won't know. Bit for added security, that's fine. Another inch one. Okay, just folding them over on the crease. Okay, now you can either use tape. That's all I've got at the moment, or you can use glue. Oops. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is use my black paper, my black card, and I'm going to cover the inside of this, and I'm just going to use my glue. There's no point in wasting a pretty paper on the inside of this piece because you just don't see it, so it doesn't matter. You can use any type of glue you like. I'm using art glitter. Place it on the edge, right on the edge at the bottom. Turn it over and squeeze that glue around. Let me just grab that mat again. Then we're going to just snip around it. And just trim off that circle. The front paper will go inside. We'll come over to the inside, so we're fine. Oh, my little man. Shush! Okay, that's the inside front. Now we're going for the inside back. Jaffa! No! No? Yeah, Mum. Hello, mister. him level with the bottom as well. Okay, inside back. So you'll be able to see a really nice image inside. Okay. Now we want the sides in the same paper if I've got enough. That roof. Should have marked them. That's the roof. These are the sides. Just making double sure. Just sides. That way. Inside. Okay, now with the roof, the inside of the roof is black. Okay, and what we're doing with the roof is we're giving it about a 3/4 inch. Oops, should I go that way? Yeah, that way is fine. Almost a 3/4 inch border around it. More like 1/2 inch, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Oh, excuse me, I'll just have to pause you for a sec. Okay, I'm back. I just had a lovely phone call from a friend. Okay, what was I doing? I've done the sides, the inside with the black paper, and I've done the base, and I cut that a little bit larger, folded it over, glued it down, and then put a piece on the inside, and that will go like that. So my house will sit that way. Okay, the next video will be, I'll start to put these pieces together. Okay, so at this stage you will need to have all these ready. You can either use glue or tape, put tape on them. I'll probably use a combination of both. Okay, see you in my next video. Bye.